Hello, and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and welcome back to Spin Tires. And in today's video, we're going to be flexing a Toyota. And yes, as you can see, flexing with a forklift does work in Spin Tires. I really wanted to try it ever since I found a forklift. I was like, please tell me it works, because, I don't know, it's just something cool that you can do with something that's got a really flexible suspension. And that's about max. I mean, we've tripoded it, but to be honest, that is insane as far as, like, flex angle. But I haven't really played around with this truck all that much. So what I wanted to do is, obviously, I wanted to see what this could do as far as, you know, picking it up and stuff like that. But I'm also going to see how this can, how this thing does when you lift up the back instead of the front. So, oh boy, come on. We're stuck. Yeah, we are. We're stuck. That's embarrassing. Hold on. There. Okay. Good. Alright, that's way off. So, this thing has a horrible turning radius. In other news. Like, horrible. Alright, that should be close enough. Oh, we'll move the loader down. That's as far down as it goes. Okay, well, that's not going to work. Hold on. Alright, now, we'll drive it forward and get it positioned properly so we can flex it up. Get it back. Not bad. Alright, oh god. Now, go forward. Ah! Switch back to the forklift. We're good to go. I want to watch it from this angle so we can get a little bit of a nice angle on what's going on. Alright, let's see how this works. Holy crap, we haven't even lifted the front axle off the ground yet, by the way. Oh! Well, we literally picked the entire truck up. That's awesome. Oh my god, that looks legit. Like, that looks so cool. I'm gonna bring it back down now because I want to wheel this thing. I mean, the thing is, if it has the potential to flex like that, then it's gonna be a hell of a beast once it actually gets going. So, I am really excited to see how this does. I love the racing seats that Spun put in it as well. Oh, that's an interesting way to go. But you know what? It's just as good a way as any for this truck. Honestly, when you think about it. Alright, low 2-ish. Oh, God. Wow. I mean, we're not even into the difficult stuff yet, and it already just monstered a, you know, a hill descent and and a couple of rocks, and, like, it's just like, not a big deal. Everything is just, not a big deal for this truck. It really is, though. Come on. Hey, you know what? Back it up. And pull it forward. The trails on this map, we're on Evans Creek right now. The trails on this map are not extremely difficult, but they are very challenging. I mean, they're well made, they're very challenging, and they've got a good variety to them. They're not the same kind of trails over and over again, which I feel like a lot of maps suffer from. You get these maps that are like, oh, well, we could be this way, or we could be that way, or we could be the same thing over and over. And a lot of them end up being the same thing over and over. Thankfully, like I said, this map feels very much like a well thought out map. I mean, you can tell that they put time into it, they put effort into it, and they said, hey, let's make something that feels realistic, let's make something that feels like a place you would actually go to go wheeling. And they have. Climbs right up the rocks, even does really well in automatic mode. I haven't even put it in low yet, haven't had to, really. Dude just, like, walks right along in automatic. I mean, we may need low for this. I'm going to try and work out a line. I think I'm going to go around this side and then cut back in. That puts the truck in a little bit of an awkward position, but it should be okay if we can get... you know what? I don't know about that, actually. I'm going to change up my line. Try and head over this way. Hook the front tires. Yeah, that was easy. Once we just hooked the front axle over, didn't even like make any difference at all. Starting to spin a little bit. Just got to find a good line to hook the front tires. Get them done. There we go. These TSLs do amazing work as far as grip. See, you just find a line that works, and this thing will just walk it. Unlike a lot of other trucks that like to, especially truggies that get themselves into a bind really easily, this thing shies away from that. It actually, well, I shouldn't say shies away. It more just kind of lifts itself above that, and not making a suspension lift joke. It literally does kind of lift itself above its obstacles really easily through its grip and through its real easy kind of handling characteristics. Not handling in the terms of like, say, handling around a racetrack, but the way it, the way it actually drives, the way it maneuvers itself would be a better way to explain it. And as we saw earlier with the forklift, the amount of flex that this thing has helps so much. I will say though, spin tires does in a way kind of help you prepare for actual off-roading. I mean, if you think about it, you learn to pick lines. You learn an interesting interpretation of what works and what doesn't work, and then when you carry that over into actual off-roading, I'm not saying that spin tires is 100% realistic, but it's definitely one of the more realistic off-roading games out there. I would definitely consider it a simulation, right? It's not it's not an arcade off-roader where you just point your vehicle at the landscape, put the power down, and just flat out go for it. You actually have to think, you actually have to kind of control your vehicle, you have to control your line, control where you're going, and think about where you're going. And it does pay off in the end. Hell of a lot of boulders up here. I don't know if, I guess they're signaling us that we go in this direction. Now that looks difficult down there, that dry creek bed. Oh, crap, I let off the throttle and it shifted back down. It was shifting into third. Once it gets into second, scampers you up hills real quick, real easy. And then third, you're just going. I mean, you're not really going to get into third much on a trail like this. It's really good about staying in second, actually. I really like the fact that it's good about that. It doesn't really jump between gears very often, which is a problem with a lot of vehicles, specifically ones that that Spun hasn't programmed the gearbox for. If you don't know, if you're new to spin tires, Spun programs the best gearboxes, or some of the best gearboxes in the community, and this gearbox is nothing short of that. It really is. Work our way around this tree real quick, just kind of walking it. This is a vehicle that you more walk than drive, if that makes sense. I'm going to go around the outside edge because that gulch, if you get yourself stuck into it, can really, really bind you up. Steering out of it. Got to be willing to work the steering from side to side to kind of get up over some of these little mini gulches. Oh, yeah. Kind of a little bit of an iffy gear change, but you'll have those every once in a while. Other than that, just kind of walking along. I wonder even where this trail ends up, because I don't think I've ever been this far on it before. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been this far on it before. Generally, when I've been on this trail, I've been on it in vehicles that weren't this capable, and it was kind of a test to see how far the vehicles actually got. This gets way further, obviously, than almost any of the other vehicles I've tested here. Now, meanwhile, keep in mind, there is a certain vehicle coming soon that I am very excited to share with you guys, and is definitely going to be one that's going to be in a lot of videos, especially multiplayer videos, specifically videos with Jeep Guy, because he's got a very interesting vehicle coming soon as well. You may be able to work out the hints that I'm dropping, because more hints about these two very special vehicles will be coming very soon. Now, it intersects with another trail here. How far have we... Okay, so we're over there, and then over here... Trying to think, because... Well... Wait a minute. I mean, we could take this trail that goes to the left, which, you know what? This one looks like the most challenging out of the options. So let's take this one. Wow, that hole. That is a that hole creeps up on you. Just digging away with these super swampers. I mean, he's really just digging away at the landscape and the trail. I remember when Jeep Guy had actual super swampers on his Jeep. He has Baja Claws now, and I'm trying to figure out what tires to get for my Jeep, because for a while I wanted Nitto Mud Grapplers, but then I realized it was like, I looked for them and it looked like they didn't make them for a 15-inch wheel. So then I was like, well, if I'm looking... See, the thing is, there's so many options for 15s, though. You can have almost any kind of wheel you want. I mean, if you want, say, for example, Baja Claws in a 15, you can get them. If you want Baja MTZs for a 15, you can get them. If you want, hell, if you want Super Swampers, if you want Boggers for a 15, you can get them. So I think, honestly, it all depends on what you end up deciding to use that actual off-road vehicle for, because, like, one side of me says just get Boggers, you know, because Boggers, you can never go wrong with Boggers. They'll do well in the mud, they'll do well enough on the rocks, they'll do really well on the trails. But the thing is, the Baja MTZs look like they've got a really, really aggressive sidewall, but they've also got a nice aggressive tread pattern. Not quite as aggressive in the center as the Baja Claw, but a little bit more aggressive on the sidewall, so it all depends on, I feel like, what you want to do, in a sense. But, I don't know, I'm going to look into tires a little bit more. I've been talking to a couple of guys that are friends of mine in the Jeep community that have, you know, a lot of opinions on tires, but a lot of good opinions on tires, actually, and have a lot of, you know, off-road tire knowledge. But actually, speaking of tires, I just ordered, let's see, our R888s for the FRS, because the Pilot Super Sports on the FRS were getting a little bit worn down, and I have a track day coming up soon, which you guys will be seeing, because hopefully my new GoPro batteries will be here in time for that. So I'll be taking the GoPro and my DSLR, and we'll be doing a big vlog for you guys. So once that's ready to go, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Wow, that's a hell of a water crossing. This trail is beautiful, though. It's such a realistic trail. It's just the beauty and the way it's been molded together. It's just breathtaking, honestly. You can't quite put into words I guess the magnitude, so to speak, of what it takes to make a map like this, right? It just takes so much time and effort. So much time and effort. But yeah, and I'm so psyched to see how the FRS does on the track with those R888s. The next thing I'm going to do on the FRS for sure, though, is upgraded front lower control arms, because that way I'll be able to adjust, like the front control arms I'm looking at have adjustments for camber, caster, you know, whatever you end up wanting to do. I'm going to go from negative 1.8 degrees that I'm at right now up to negative 2.5 degrees in the front, because that'll be a really good track camber setup. If that's not enough, I may go to 3 degrees, negative 3 degrees. We'll see, though. I won't go to negative 3 if I don't have to, because once you get up to negative 3 and beyond, you're really playing with some heavy-duty camber at that point. But we'll try negative 2.5, see how it works, and then after we do, like, if I'm satisfied with negative 2.5, we'll stay there. If I'm not, we'll keep cranking it up, or I should say keep cranking it up in a more, you know, as far as negative goes. But, the only things, remember, the only things, negative things in your life should be camber and offset. Never forget. But, yeah, dude, this trail, so good. This is going to be high on the multiplayer agenda, for sure. I know I haven't done any multiplayer videos with Jeep Guy in Spin Tires lately, but I'm going to very soon. Jeep Guy has just been really, really busy lately with his, you know, his other work and stuff like that. He just passed 1,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, so I was super happy for him for that. I'm trying to be like, dude, you should do something, you should celebrate, and I'll see what he ends up wanting to do. But he just hit 1,000 on his channel, and I know that might not seem like a lot, to somebody that's, you know, subscribed to a channel that's over 650,000, 660,000 subscribers. But the thing is, I remember my first 1,000. I don't remember my first 1,000 by name, but I definitely remember when I hit my first 1,000, and it was a big milestone. Like, I remember little milestones incrementally. Like, I remember my first 1,000, I remember 10,000, I remember 50, I remember 100K. 100K was huge for me. I remember 500, and, you know, obviously now our big goal is 1 million. So, I mean, the thing is, once we hit, you know, I don't really try to obsess over the subscriber number anymore. I think, like, you know, once you get to where you're, like, really obsessing over subscriber numbers, I feel like it becomes less fun. But at the same time, the more fun you have on your channel, the more subscribers you know, the more people you're going to be involving in it, the more subscribers you're going to get. And so, therefore, you go, like, that's what I'm saying. So, at the end of the day, we do this for fun. I mean, yes, it definitely is my job, but at the same time, it is a hell of a fun job that I love to do, and I just love to do this for you guys. I do this for you guys that love to watch. When I meet you guys in person, when I see you guys in the comments, you guys are awesome. So I know that I got a little bit off topic, but I kind of felt like I had to because I don't know. I just really wanted to. I really wanted to. It just kind of went off in that direction. But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to click that like button. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. Check out this map. It's Evans Creek. It's an absolutely amazing map. I highly recommend it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later. Hope you guys did enjoy.